2004, while the world was engrossed with the re-election of George W. Bush, grooving to the catchy beats of Usher's Yeah, and relishing the final episodes of Friends, January 3rd struck a different, mournful chord. It was a day that the passengers of Flash Airlines Flight 604 would tragically never forget. Flash Airlines was a company renowned for shuttling tourists across the picturesque landscapes of Egypt. Flight 604 was geared up that fateful day on January 3rd, taking off from the scenic Sharm el-Sheikh and set on a course for Paris, with a brief layover in Cairo. Many on board were concluding their holidays or embarking on routine travels, anticipating the familiar comfort of an airplane journey. However, mere moments post-takeoff, the calm predictability of the flight was disrupted. The aircraft, instead of maintaining its steady climb, started veering off course. Its unexpected tilting caused a ripple of anxiety among passengers. Those seated by the windows would have observed with growing alarm the vast expanse of the Red Sea drawing perilously close. The atmosphere inside was thick with tension, transforming the once peaceful flight into a deeply distressing experience. Despite the frantic efforts of the experienced pilots, the aircraft refused to gain the crucial altitude. In a heart-wrenching culmination of events, the plane met with the unforgiving waters of the Red Sea. Following this disaster, the analysis phase began in earnest. Investigators turned to the black box recordings for insights. The impact of the crash left no chance for survival. Authorities confirmed that all 148 passengers and crew members aboard Flash Airlines Flight 604 tragically lost their lives. Search and rescue teams swiftly arrived at the crash site, clinging to a glimmer of hope that there might be survivors. But as hours turned into days, this hope faded. In the wake of the tragedy, understanding what caused Flight 604's crash became paramount. The world, especially the grieving families, wanted answers. Investigators comprising international experts converged on the crash site. Retrieving the black box was crucial. Once recovered, it painted a more detailed picture of the flight's final moments. From these recordings, it became clear there was confusion in the cockpit. Alarms had sounded, yet there seemed to be a misunderstanding or misinterpretation between the pilots regarding the plane's position and condition. Subsequent examinations of the aircraft's maintenance records raised eyebrows. There were reports suggesting prior technical issues with the plane. Moreover, the aircraft's past maintenance came under scrutiny. Questions arose whether all necessary checks and updates had been performed diligently. The investigators pieced together a timeline of events. A combination of potential mechanical faults coupled with human error seemed to be at the heart of the tragic accident. The world learned that sometimes, even with advanced technology, things can go wrong. It underscored the importance of continual training for pilots and meticulous aircraft maintenance. The investigation into Flash Airlines Flight 604 was among the most scrutinized in recent aviation history, drawing attention not just due to the tragedy itself, but also for the implications it held for global aviation safety standards. The aircraft, a Boeing 737, was subjected to rigorous examination. Components recovered from the Red Sea were closely analyzed. Experts discovered that there were potential issues with the plane's elevator control system. Faults in this system could lead to uncommanded movements, making it challenging for pilots to maintain control. The cockpit voice recorder, CVR, provided a window into the crew's actions and decisions during the flight's final moments. While technical issues were apparent, it became clear that there was a potential miscommunication between the pilots. The CVR indicated some confusion, pointing to the possibility that, under the stress of the situation, not all decisions were effectively communicated or executed. Maintenance logs and records became a focal point of the investigation. It emerged that there had been prior concerns about the aircraft's maintenance standards. Some reports suggested that warning signs might have been overlooked or not adequately addressed in the plane's maintenance history. The investigation's findings had repercussions beyond Egypt and France. Aviation authorities worldwide took note. Aviation safety consultant Greg Feith commented, "Crew resource management is a program where pilots are trained to work together rather than as individuals." Had the pilots of Flash Airlines Flight 604 received a formal CRM training program, the outcome of this flight may have been substantially different. As a direct result of the findings, several recommendations were put forward. These included enhanced pilot training, particularly in handling uncommanded aircraft movements, and more rigorous maintenance oversight, especially for older aircraft. Air transport consultant Max Verneyen observed, "When something goes wrong, the natural tendency is to blame the equipment, and in this flight, especially since the pilot was a war hero with thousands of hours of experience." Subsequent to the investigation, there were calls for more transparent maintenance records and for the standardization of certain pilot training modules across the industry. The event also triggered discussions on the need for more advanced and fail-proof technical systems in aircraft, especially in older models. In the aftermath of the crash of Flash Airlines Flight 604, investigations delved deep into the cause, but amidst the technical details and findings, there was an unwavering focus on human lives that were tragically lost. Each passenger had their own unique story. Business travelers, vacationers, and families. Their loss sent shockwaves through their communities. The vastness of the Red Sea became the solemn resting place for those on board. Divers were dispatched to retrieve the bodies, a mournful task that weighed heavily on everyone involved. Beneath the serene surface of the sea, a somber scene was unfolding. One by one, bodies were recovered, granting families the opportunity to bid their final farewells. In Sharm el-Sheikh, a poignant memorial was erected. This became a sanctuary for families and friends, a place where they could come together to remember their loved ones, to grieve, and to find some semblance of closure. While the sorrow of the tragedy can never truly be alleviated, its lessons have left an indelible mark on the aviation history. The commitment to safety, learning, and continuous improvement is now more paramount than ever. It serves as a testament to the industry's pledge to ensure that flying remains one of the safest modes of transportation, and that the memory of those lost on Flight 604 continues to drive future aviation safety enhancements. The tragic event of Flash Airlines Flight 604 isn't just a reminder of the vulnerabilities inherent in aviation. It also sheds light on the complexities of human-machine interaction. Each time an aircraft takes off, countless systems and protocols work in harmony, underscored by human judgment, training, and expertise. This particular incident reminds us of the paramount importance of each of these components. In the wake of this tragedy, the aviation community worldwide reevaluated and reinforced their practices. Flight 604's aftermath saw an emphasis on more rigorous maintenance checks, comprehensive pilot training regimens, and the development of better communication systems both within the cockpit and between the cockpit and ground control. The advancements in the aviation industry, unfortunately, are sometimes driven by lessons learned from such heartbreaking events. As we remember the lives lost in this tragedy, it serves as a potent reminder of the need for constant vigilance and learning in the world of aviation. The memories of those lost will not only weigh heavily on our hearts, but also propel the industry forward, ensuring it becomes safer and more reliable for everyone. What are your thoughts on the events surrounding Flash Airlines Flight 604? Was it a culmination of human error, a mechanical failure, or a combination of both? As we reflect on this tragedy, we invite you to share your perspectives in the comments below.